Alright guys, first and foremost, I really apologize for uploading this video after so long time. This is because I was super busy with my university exam. Now I'm free, so I'm gonna upload, hopefully. So yeah, in this video we're gonna be creating the weapon script. We're gonna be making our gun shoot. So in the project that we're creating, we basically have two weapons, that is the X and the gun. So for making the gun shoot, we will use a technique so called the RayCast. Now RayCast is a very broad concept, you know, there's been written book, but basically it's just a laser that is used to sense things. So we're going to be using the RayCast for making our gun shoot. So like I said, RayCast is nothing but a laser, and before emitting the laser we provide a reference. So in this case we have our gun and we're going to be adding a cube to that, and that will be acting as a reference. We will tell the Unity that that is the place from where you want to emit the RayCast. Now this is what we're going to be doing. Like I said, that will be the starting position, the object where we kept, and it will go all the way to its range, and that will be the end position. So this is nothing but a RayCast. It's simply a laser. Okay, it can be of any color, the distance can be of any type. Another thing to note is that the laser or the RayCast can be emitted in whatever direction. That is, we the programmer that's gonna be telling the Unity in what direction we want to emit the RayCast. In this case we want to emit the RayCast in the direction where the gun is facing. This is the starting point, this is the end point, and the end point is decided by the range of the array or RayCast. Okay, so it's again on us how long we want the RayCast to be. So that's gonna be the factor that we're gonna be definitely considering. Okay, so now we see that we emit the RayCast. Now this is how we're going to be detecting it, that whether our bullet hit any object or not. Its endpoint, that point where it hits the object, whether we hit some object and what it was of type. Okay, if it was a metal type, then we will be emitting the sparks. It's horrible here, but we're going to be creating a beautiful spark, or we're going to be using the beautiful spark from the Unity, and we're going to be emitting that at the endpoint, so hence giving the illusion that yeah, the bullet hits the metal and the sparks came out. If it's not an metal, or it's indeed a human or a person, then we're going to be emitting a blood at the point where we hit that. Alright, if it's a zombie or a human, whoever it is, we're going to be emitting the blood instead. Okay, so now we got the logic of how we're going to be doing it. Alright, let's get the understanding from the programmer point of view how we're gonna actually get these things done. These are the variables that we're gonna be considering, and these are the functions for now. In future we might add more functions to that. The variable is nothing but it's a record that keep tracks of some information. Here we are keeping track of the bullets, like 9 bullets were there, user hit already 2 bullets, now 7 bullets remaining, and so on. Now in our scene I'm gonna drag the main player with the gun. In the last video we animated this, so if I check it, so we animated this. Now we're gonna actually make the gun shoot. So turn this off. I'm gonna first and foremost go right down to the 1911, and then we're gonna be creating a cube, maybe not this big. Reduce that down. It's gonna be at the nozzle of the gun. Yeah, perfect placement right there. Take away the collider whatsoever. I'm gonna be calling it the shoot point, and then I'm gonna drag it over to 1911, inside the 1911 now. Alright, I'm gonna also take away the mesh renderer now. Yeah, from here I would highly recommend that if you haven't went through my introduction to game programming video, I would highly recommend go ahead and watch it and then come over to that, so you will understand what is going on here, because in this video we're going to be just doing some heavy programming, so that's recommended. Okay, so go to the script, create a new Java script, call it shoot. Yeah, call it shoot, and open that script in the mono develop. Alright, so we're here. I'm gonna increase the font size. You know what? Just delete that. Max bullets. Type int is equals to 12. Now I'm gonna have again public var. It's gonna be max clip and it's gonna be of int is equals to 5. So it means that each clip will have 12 bullet, and the 5 clip means it's gonna be having total 60 bullets. And the next I'm gonna be having the range. Yeah, the range, it's gonna be of type int and 1000. So this means that it's gonna be, the RayCast will be, say, 1000 units long. And then I'm gonna be making the damage variable, and it's gonna be a float. Now I can keep the damage int as well, but as a matter of fact, that if I'm gonna have float, then it's gonna provide me more options, which means I can have like 10.5 damage or whatever. I can have numerous options to provide the damage, right? But I'm gonna go with simple 50. And then I need the fire rate. Yeah, public war fire rate, it's gonna be of int is equals to I'm sorry, it's gonna be float, and it's gonna be 0.5. yeah. And then we need the force, I guess. Yeah, the force what the force, and it's gonna be of integer, and it's gonna be, say, 200. And then we need the position again, the position from where we want to emit, and it's gonna be nothing but this, where is that, this guy's position itself. So I'm gonna call this my position or whatever of transform, and it's gonna be null for now. Okay, I guess that's it for now. Let's get started. Now before that, at the function start, I want this position, my position is empty. So as soon as the game start, I want this variable to get this guy's position as soon as the game starts. So I'm gonna be saying my pose is equals to, you know, this dot transform dot position. Oh, just transform. Yeah. Okay, the function update I want to do is this. So what I want to do, basically, I want to make the gun shoot. So when I want to make the gun shoot, it's only when the player wanted to, which means when he clicked the fire button, only then. So I'm gonna check to see if the input dot get key down key code code dot mouse 0. Yeah. So if the user hits the mouse 0, which means the left mouse button, then I want to make the gun shoot. Okay, so let's create the function shoot here. So in this one, we want to actually make the gun shoot. Now here's the thing again, where is that? Yeah. Things to be considered is the starting position, the range, and the end position, also the direction. So first I'm going to take care of the direction. I'm going to create a variable. Again, the variable I used to keep track of. So that variable going to keep track of the direction of the gun. So why is that? Is because, say, right now the direction is this forward. Alright, what if the player turned around? Now it's focusing on that direction, okay, and it turned around, now it's focusing on that direction. So that simply we need a variable that will tell us each and every frame that in what direction the gun is actually facing. So I'm gonna create the variable that's gonna be the direction. Yeah, it's gonna be a type vector 3 since we're dealing with 3-dimensional, and it's gonna be again whatever direction this object is facing. Okay, so it's gonna be this dot transform direction with the D capital here. Okay, yeah. Okay, then it takes one additional information, that is, as a matter of fact, we have 3 axes, so you want the direction, but of what axis? Alright, we have like x-axis, y-axis, and the z-axis. Don't mind the error for now. So of what axis we want, right? So we want the z-axis. So I'm gonna say in here I want the vector 3 dot forward, which stands for the z itself. So Now that we got a variable that's gonna tell us each and every time what direction we're facing, now actually we need one more thing, and this is because of this. Like I said, each and every time we're gonna shoot the RayCast, we need to know the additional information, like where we're hitting, what object we're hitting. So for that, we need one more variable that's gonna keep that information, and that's none other than RayCast hit. This guy right here, we're gonna keep all the information about the RayCast every time we shoot the gun. Okay, so let's actually create the RayCast here. Physics.RayCast. Yeah. Now the physics.RayCast is actually gonna emit the RayCast, and then we're checking that did we really emit it, and that's why we kept it in an if condition. So it's gonna return, yeah, we created the RayCast. So before doing that, the RayCast take 4 argument. Now the RayCast takes the origin, like the starting point. For that, I created the my position, so I'm gonna call that emitted from my position, and the direction, it should be always the forward direction, which is what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna say that the forward direction, and then here we're gonna be saying the hit, because we want the additional information about the RayCast too. And at the end, we want the range, like how long we want to make the gun shoot, and that's where the range comes in. The range, what range? Yeah. Okay, now that we've actually created a RayCast, what we want to do next, now then we want to check to see, are we really hitting an object? Okay, and that's what we're gonna be doing. And I've got an error. Okay, position. Oh, sorry, this is just one more thing, just forgot to say. The my position is transform, but I don't want the transform contains the position, the rotation, the scale. What actually you want? I want the position of it, so it should be error free now. Okay, now we're gonna check to see that are we hitting an object. Alright, now one more thing we're gonna be checking is that are we hitting an object that contains rigid body. Rigid body means they're gonna be affected by physics. This contains a rigid body. Alright, so when I'm gonna hit that, I'm gonna apply the force to that object too. So before that, I'm gonna be checking that does it have the rigid body or not. Alright, so let's check that. I'm gonna say again, for checking that, this is why I've created that one. Okay, the hit gonna contains all the information, so I'm gonna have to access that hit dot collider. This is the only way I can access it. So if it hit any collider and that collider contains rigid body, then this is what you want to do. So that's what I said. If the RayCast hit an object that contains collider and that also contains rigid body, then here's what we want to do. I'm gonna want to say this: the hit. You know what? Actually, I want to store this in one variable itself. War the body. What body? You're gonna be of type rigid body, and I'm gonna assign this. So what am I doing here is just what I said. Anytime, say, my RayCast hit an object, I'm saving that object in a variable so that I can perform operation on that, right? I'm using that. So then I'm gonna use it, the body, yeah. And here I'm checking that the body contains rigid body or not. Okay. Then I'm gonna do this, the body, body dot add force. And then I'm saying that add force to it. Okay, now add force in what direction? You know, if I'm shooting it from this side, then I want to add the force. Yeah, if I'm shooting it from this side, then I want to add the force in this side. So if I'm shooting it from the downward place, I want it to go in the upward direction, if you know what I mean here. So simple as that. There's again one more variable. Again, there's this variable that keeps track of whatever direction we're facing, and only that direction we want to apply force. So I'm gonna say the direction times the force. Alright, the force, the force right there. Also, I'm gonna have force mode. This is optional. If you want to add it, you can add it, but I'm doing it. What I'm saying is just apply the force according to its weight, the mass it has. Alright, okay, so yeah, let's check it and see is it working or not. Let me see if I attach the script. Yes, I did. My position is currently empty, but it will find itself. Okay, if I shoot this, it should be affected by the force. There you go. So I'm hitting it from this direction, it has to go in the opposite direction, right? That's what I'm talking about. So if I'm hitting from this direction, I want to go in the direction that the gun is focusing. All right, there we go. Now I chose the impulse, so that is the reason why I'm just adding too much amount of force. So again, like I said, I'm not just no, I don't know this number, I'm just guessing. Alright, so I think the force is too much. I'm gonna reduce that down, and that is the reason why we keep variables. So I made it 100, so it's gonna be kind of decent amount of force added to that. See, it's not too much, but it's okay, fine. Alright, there's a fat woman right here. Anyway, so okay, now we got our gun shooting. Now what else we want to do? Alright, now actually we want to add functionality to that. Now what I mean by that is if I'm gonna hit, I want the bullet to go lesser. Okay, so before that I'm gonna have, you don't have to do this, I'm just making this so I can, what is that? On GUI GUI.label rect 10 and 100. It's gonna contains the bullets. Again, this is nothing but a GUI that's gonna appear on the top left corner of the screen, showing us the number of bullet we have. So it's gonna be I'm gonna call it bullet left. It's gonna be this what the variable is gonna keeping track of. Yeah, we need one more thing here. Okay. Alright, I need one more thing here, guys, and that's gonna be private war, and that's current bullet int. Now why I did that is because this is the variable that's actually on what we're gonna be working, which means if I shoot the gun, then I want to decrease the bullet, then I'm gonna be decreasing it through here. I'm not gonna be touching this one. It's because it's for the reference that alright, this is the max limit. Alright, so if this bullet goes 0, I'm gonna be using this as a reference that alright, this is the max limit, so I want to assign this to this. Alright, if I'm gonna decrease and goes all the way to 0, I cannot come back to the max bullet. Alright, again, there's a programmer point of view I'm talking. So we need this current bullet to perform the actual operations on it. So this is what we want here. Okay, it's gonna be showing this. So as soon as the game starts, I want the current bullet to keep track of the max bullet. So current bullet, where is that? Bullet that's equals to max bullets. So if you know what I'm talking about, this is gonna be just for the maximum limit. Alright, now like I said, want to actually start working on it. So as soon as we shoot the gun, we wanna decrease the bullet. Alright, we consider that alright, if the user wanna shoot, then we wanna make the gun shoot. But here's one more important thing: if there is no bullet, there's no clip, he can never shoot, right? Even if he click the fire button. So that's the reason we need to check to see. So we're gonna be saying and stand for that. I'll tell you what it means. And the bullet, this is what we're working, right? So the current bullet, my keyboard is going crazy. The current bullet should never be 0, so which means it should be greater than 0. Yeah, okay. So what I'm saying is my current my gun should have at least one bullet. It should not be 0, it should not be less than that. Okay, so and it means that I want both the condition to be true. Okay, I want the user to hit the fire button, and also I want the bullet to be in it. and only then I want to shoot. So once I shoot the gun, I want it to decrease that, right? This is where the gun will emit. So after that, I want the gun's bullet to be reduced. So I'm gonna say current bullet, again bullet, minus minus. Minus minus is same as saying -1, so I'm saying minus minus. So current bullet, yeah, it's gonna be reduced down. Let's see. So if I play this, current bullet left, you can see up here. If I'm gonna shoot, it will go to 11, go to 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 9. If it goes 0, I won't be able to shoot. Okay, now I'm not able to shoot. I'm clicking, but the RayCast is not being emitted. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, that's there. Now here's one more thing. As soon as it goes to 0, alright, I want to add one more thing here. I want to also show the number of clips we have. So we want to have yeah, plus it's gonna be for the clips. I don't think I have to have a temporary variable. I'm gonna work with this max clip. Yeah, so it will show us the number of clips we have and number of bullets we have. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now once our bullet goes to 0 or lesser than that, we want to reload. Okay, so here's the thing we're gonna be doing. I'm checking if the current bullet is less than or equal to 0. If it goes less than 0 or if it is equal to 0, I want to reload. Okay, let's create a function reload here. Function reload, make sure you exactly spell what you did up there. So what we want to do in reload function is that we want our bullets to get back to its maximum value, and also want to reduce the clip. So here's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be saying current bullet is equals to max bullets. Also we want to reduce the max clip by 1. Okay, yeah, there's one more thing. Let me show you something. So if I'm gonna shoot, and once it goes to 0, we'll reload. See, it turned back to 5 and it turned to 12. Alright, now we got that. We need to add animations to it. In the last video in Nightmare project, we created the animation, which is here. Yeah, so we need to play the shooting animation, the reloading animation, but in order to access this object, we need to create an object here. So that in order to access that object, we need to create a variable here actually, and that's gonna be animated whatever I'm gonna call it, game object. Oh my god, object. Okay, animated arm. It's gonna be a game object. It's gonna be, now I don't like the drag and drop stuff. See, I've created the game object empty. I can just drag and drop it up here, but I don't like that. I want my script to do that for me. So I'm gonna say animated arm is equals to game object dot find it for me, the name animated arm. Yeah, so what it's gonna do is it's gonna search for the game with the name animated arm. So I'm gonna check, yeah, it's same as that. So it's gonna go through all the game objects and check to see wherever the name is, and then it's gonna save it in the animated arm. So now when we actually shoot the gun, we want to play the gun shoot animation. So I'm gonna do that up here. Since we have that object that is this object that contains the animation. We have stored it in two variables, so-called animated arms. So we're going to be playing it up here. So we're going to say yeah, animated arm dot game object dot animation dot play, and that's gun shoot animation. Make sure you spell it 100% right. Yeah, similarly, or you know what, let's do it up here. Oh, yeah, animated arm dot game object dot animation dot play dot plane dot play, and that's gonna be gun reload animation. Yeah, alright, let's see. Okay, now we're gonna shoot it. It's gonna play the shoot animation. There you go. Okay, it started playing it. I see what's going on. I forgot to turn it. Come on. Yeah, I forgot to turn it into once mode. Alright, otherwise we'll just keep playing it. There you go. There you go. Alright, then it's gonna reload on its own. We haven't added the keyword, so if I'm gonna press R, it's not gonna reload because I haven't added that functionality. It's gonna reload automatically. There you go, it did that. So also, okay, we did that reload animation. What's next? Let's add the functionality saying when we press R, we want to reload 0 or I'm gonna say input dot get key down down. Yeah, in this case it's gonna be key code dot R. Simple as that. Yep. So what I'm saying that either if I press the R button you want to reload, or either the bullet goes lesser than 0, then you want to play the reload function. You want to call the reload function. So yeah, I think still something is missing in here. Okay, I also want to check in here is that the bullet should be less than max bullet. See what's gonna happen here is this. See, now I reload my gun. Sorry. See, if it's already full, even if I press R, it's still gonna reload that for me. Yeah, still gonna reload that for me. So I still do that for me, and it will now go to 0 and less than that minus. There you go. There's two things I didn't do, and that's I didn't check that I want this condition to be 100% true, and yeah. See, I'm saying either one of the conditions should be true, but this has to be true, and that's the current bullet, yeah, should be less than what is the sign of less than? I just forgot. Oh yeah, should be less than max bullets. So which means it should not be full. So if it is full, there's no need of it reloading the gun, you know. So okay, I want one more condition to be true, and that's this. I should be having the clip in order to reload that. If I don't have clip, how the hell I can reload it, you know? Max clip should not be equal to 0, or it should be, say, should be greater than or equal to, should be greater than 0. Yeah, I can also say not equal to 0, but greater than 0 is just perfect. Should be greater than 0, and yeah,